Remember, growth only happens at the edge of your capacity. Philiply, celebrate your milestones, but don't make them the finish line. They're just pit stops on the journey. Keep challenging yourself every single day. Live with passion, grind with purpose, and never, ever be satisfied with good enough, because you were made for more. Now go out there and show the world exactly who you can become. Aim for goals that ignite both fear and excitement within you. Those audacious targets that stretch the boundaries of what you believe you're capable of achieving. Growth, comfort, transformation, they're all intertwined in one powerful truth. You cannot grow without stepping outside the familiar. When you wake up each morning and slip into your routine, the same commute, the same tasks, the same mindsets, you're effectively telling yourself that you're content to remain exactly where you are. Comfort is seductive. It whispers lies, telling you that safety equals success, that familiarity equals fulfillment. But true growth demands a price. Discomfort. Imagine your personal development as a muscle. If you never lift weights, that muscle remains flabby. If you only lift the featherweight dumbbells you already handle effortlessly, it never strengthens. To build real strength, you must challenge it. In the beginning, those heavier weights feel like torture. Your arms tremble, your lungs burn, you want to quit. But if you push through even one more repetition, that is where adaptation happens. That microsecond of resolve forces your body to rebuild stronger fibers. Discomfort becomes the crucible for growth. It's the same with your mind, your skills, your character. When you tackle a project that appears just beyond your current competence, learn a new language, master a difficult piece of software, deliver a speech to a nervous crowd, you activate dormant capacities. At first, every step feels awkward. You stumble over foreign grammar. Your fingers fumble. Your voice quivers. Uncertainty sits heavy on your chest, and doubt claws at the edges of your resolve. But with each attempt, you learn. You improve. You build mental calluses that cushion the sting of future challenges. To embrace discomfort means to welcome this process. It's saying, rather than skimming summaries, you dive headlong into primary texts and complex problems, welcoming the frustration that precedes understanding. Or you're a professional aiming for leadership. You volunteer to lead high-stakes meetings, mentor a tough colleague, or deliver a keynote address. Those experiences intimidate you, but they also accelerate your growth. In every scenario, the pattern is consistent. Intentional discomfort accelerates development, but commitment is key. If you only sporadically push yourself once in a blue moon, your breakthroughs will be sporadic. You must integrate challenge into your daily rhythm. Schedule that cold plunge first thing in the morning. Block out an hour for deliberate practice at the toughest part of your craft. Volunteer for the assignments that scare you. Create a challenge calendar where each week you deliberately tackle something that stretches your abilities. The steady accumulation of these moments compounds into profound transformation. As you continue to embrace discomfort, you'll notice something remarkable. Your self-belief will skyrocket. You'll walk into rooms and intuitively know you belong. Incorporate rest, reflection, and recovery into your plans. Embrace strategic discomfort, not self-sabotage. Think marathon, not sprint. Ultimately, the single greatest gift you can give yourself is permission to be uncomfortable. Stand up to the voice that says, what if you fail? Replace it with, what will I gain? When you consistently choose growth over comfort, you unlock potential you might never have known existed. Y'all, you become the person who solves tough problems, who inspires others by example, who lives a life defined not by the safer path, but by the road less traveled. So right now, make a pact with yourself. From this day forward, comfort will no longer be your default. When you set audacious goals, you step beyond the familiar and plant your flag in uncharted territory. It's in that space of uncertainty where the risk of failure brushes up against possibility that real transformation occurs. Consider what makes a goal audacious. It isn't merely ambitious. It carries with it the potential to reshape your identity. For example, wanting to get better at sales is fine, but vowing to close $1 million, 0 cents in revenue this quarter electrifies your purpose. It forces you to think bigger, to develop strategies you wouldn't otherwise consider. It requires that you expand your network, sharpen your pitch, and track your metrics with surgical precision. Embrace these roadblocks as part of the journey, not as indicators that you should retreat. Each objection you encounter is an opportunity to refine your approach. When someone tells you that's impossible, use that skepticism as fuel. Let it drive you to prove them wrong, not to prove yourself right. Selma Galax your brain. You're in Chicago. But with great goals come great challenges. The path to a bold target is strewn with obstacles, skepticism from peers, resource constraints, inner doubt. Embrace these roadblocks as part of the journey, not as indicators that you should retreat. Each objection you encounter is an opportunity to refine your approach. When someone tells you that's impossible, use that skepticism as fuel. Let it drive you to prove them wrong, not to prove yourself right. Accountability amplifies the power of audacious goals. Share your objective with mentors, colleagues, or a mastermind group. When you verbalize your goal, you invite others into your mission. They'll ask tough questions, demand updates, and hold you to high standards. This external pressure is a catalyst. It keeps you honest and energized. Knowing that people are watching your progress pushes you to maintain consistency even when motivation wanes. Structure your bold goal with measurable milestones. Break it down into weekly, daily, even hourly targets. This micro-level planning prevents overwhelm. Each small victory builds momentum and reinforces your confidence. If your audacious goal is to run an ultra marathon, map out your training schedule in detail. Long runs, interval workouts, cross-training sessions, rest days. Celebrate each completed run as evidence that the bigger feat is within reach. Maintaining focus is crucial. Distractions are the enemies of big goals. Guard your time like a precious resource. Eliminate low-value tasks. Delegate ruthlessly and create rituals that prime you for deep work. For instance, if part of your goal involves writing a book, designate a specific time each morning when your mind is freshest to write. Protect that block from interruptions. Over time, these habits compound, propelling you steadily toward your audacious aim. Psychological resilience undergirds every audacious endeavor. You will face setbacks, investments that go sour, pitches that fall flat, experiments that fail. Prepare mentally for these inevitable bumps. Cultivate a mindset that views failure not as a verdict on your work, but as feedback on your strategy. After a setback, ask yourself, what did I learn? How can I apply that lesson moving forward? This reflective practice turns adversity into advantage. Visualization can be a powerful ally. Spend a few minutes each day imagining what it will feel like to achieve your audacious goal in vivid detail. See yourself standing on the stage, accepting that award, holding that contract, crossing that finish line. Engage all your senses. Hear the applause. Feel the rush of accomplishment. Smell the air. This mental rehearsal primes your nervous system, aligning your subconscious with your conscious ambitions. Equally important is connecting your audacious goal to your deeper why. Why does this matter so much? What impact will it have on your life, on those you care about, on your community? Anchoring your goal in purpose provides enduring motivation when external incentives fade. On days when the path ahead feels steep, recalling your why reignites your drive. Collaboration can elevate your bold ambitions. Surround yourself with people who embody the qualities needed to reach your goal. Experts who can mentor you, peers who will celebrate you, supporters who will celebrate you. Build a minimum viable team, a small group of individuals whose combined talents multiply your chances of success. Leverage each member's strengths and hold one another accountable. Your environment plays a significant role too. Design your workspace and digital spaces to reflect your audacious aspirations. Post reminders of your goal where you'll see them on your desk, in your planner, as your phone wallpaper. Curate your social media feed to include thought leaders and success stories that align with your vision. These environmental cues serve as constant reminders, keeping your goal at the forefront of your mind. Finally, embrace the journey with the learner's mindset. Audacious goals are grand experiments. Be curious, ask questions, seek feedback, and iterate relentlessly. Document your progress. Journal your wins, your roadblocks, your insights. Over time, you will accumulate a wealth of data about what works And what does it? This empirical approach not only moves you closer to your target, but also develops your capacity for future bold pursuits. In setting audacious goals, you unlock a powerful paradox. By daring to aim for the extraordinary, you often accomplish more than you ever thought possible. You expand your skill set, build unshakable confidence, and create a blueprint for future successes. Each audacious goal you conquer becomes proof that your potential is boundless. So refuse to play small. Set your sights high, chart your course, and let the audacity of your dreams propel you into the realm of the remarkable. Persistence in the face of failure is the single most transformative force you can harness in your life. It is the trait that separates those who lament their dreams from those who live them out. When you commit to persistence over failure, you're not simply enduring obstacles. You're actively converting each setback into fuel for your journey forward. Failure will come. It is as inevitable as the sunrise. Whether you're launching a business, learning a new skill, training for a competition, or pursuing any meaningful goal, you will encounter times when your efforts fall short. Your proposal may be rejected. Your startup may falter. Your performance may disappoint. Yet it is not the failure itself that defines you, but your response to it. Do you see it as a dead end or as a detour rich with lessons? Persistence over failure means choosing the latter. Over and over again, consider the physics of momentum. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. One in motion tends to stay in motion. Same holds true for human endeavor. When you persist, you keep the momentum of effort alive. Even small steps count. Reaching out to one more potential client, drafting another page of your manuscript. Kind of one most sloppy mile. Each action compounds, and before long, you gain speed, confidence, and clarity. If you give up at the first sign of resistance, you remain stuck at zero, and the inertia of stagnation grows. Persistence requires a mindful strategy. It isn't mere stubbornness without reflection. It's a cycle. Try, assess, adjust, and try again. After each failure, pause to analyze what happened. What assumptions did you make? Which tactics fell short? Which skills need sharpening? This post-fall analysis is critical because persistence without adaptation can be wasted energy. You might find that the fundamental goal needs tweaking, or that you need to acquire new resources or skills. But the key is this: don't let analysis slide into paralysis. Learn swiftly, decide deliberately, and recommit to action. Emotional resilience plays a central role in sustaining persistence. When failure stings, it can